Welcome to Smart Business Show, episode 154 for February 16th. Today we're going to look at a book called Paid to Think, at least a quote out of it. I wrote the full review yesterday on my site, curtismchale.ca, where I talk about Paid to Think and whether or not you should read it. So the quote is, "We are overloaded with daily opportunities to learn. It starts early from the time we read our morning newspapers. It ends late after we've watched the late night news before bedtime, and we're hit all day in between with digital feeds and streaming news reports. Then there are magazines, books, people, seminars, and training sessions that we seek out as a way of concentrating our focus on specific topics of information. But at the end of our continuous daily cycle of learning, do we really have that much useful and valuable information at our disposal?" There's actually two things. There's something, being aware of a problem or of something, and then actually knowing it, right? Have you actually, have you just read a headline on Twitter or a headline on Facebook and that's it? That's all you got? Or have you, really dug in? So Cal Fussman, who does tons of interviews with people like Muhammad Ali and Mikhail Gorbachev, and pick a famous person, he may have interviewed them. I think it was for Rolling Stone. But anyways, he says the good stuff sticks. And he uses this as a reference to those big interviews, and that the good stuff out of those interviews, out of his long form writing, sticks out in his mind, sticks out in his notes, and so he doesn't worry about it that much. And I do believe that in many things. I think that the good stuff sticks. The good stuff will keep coming back into my head. That's one of the reasons I just don't worry so much about coming up with a new blog post or a new something else, because the good idea will stick. But when you learn something, especially when you're reading a book, when you're doing anything, you got to come up with, I think, 4 questions. I think one is, what's the purpose of this content, this purpose of this book? This comes from Mortimer Adler. Anyway, it's called How to Read a Book, written in the 40s, then updated in the 70s. So it's take that I guess disclaimer. Talks about radio and stuff as like the big way people consume things. But anyways, what's the purpose of the book? What's the structure of the book? What's true in it and why, if anything, or what parts are true, and then what am I going to do about it is question 4. And that's possibly the most important question, is 4. I don't think you can really get to 4 without digging through the other ones, though. I ask this of every book I read. That's why I ask this of Paid to Think. And while I feel that the book overall had a lot of steps, everything was like 6 steps to this, and each step has 4 sub steps, and then there's 3 little tweaks inside. And unless you look at it this other way, if step 2 tweak 3 is has one value, then step 4 tweak 2 is actually something different. Like, it's crazy. You need a whole team just to like supply the book. But there's 2 good ideas in there, and one of them is 2 main big good ideas. The first one is like the old Sith Lords in Star Wars, the rule of 2, master and apprentice. That's it. And so they takes this with the projects that you have. You can only do work on 2. One project, one alternate, that's it. Everything else is off. Now you have clients to run, you'll have emails to do, other stuff like that, but that's it. 2 big things, done. And then the other interesting idea in that was how he doesn't want to call them problems, but that's the word I'll use. He calls challenges, because it's a challenge or a problem. A business challenge could be a problem or an opportunity. And so in that idea, how he reframes that and how you really dig back to what is your real challenge. That's really good. And I found some other good resources on that recently. And so I'll actually combine them all together in the next while and put them out to the members on my site. You can find my site at curtismchale.ca, and put them out in various forms over the next number of months, and really look at that. And I even used it as I did it to reframe what I found the challenges in my business were. And you can use it too. So that is my question for you today. What are you going to do after you've read this? Read this audio. What are you going to do after you listen to this? You've watched my glowing, lovely face speak. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to be better at your work, be better at your life, be a better father, be a better husband, brother, son, parent, whatever? What are you going to do? What action are you going to take after this? Are you going to start using my 4 questions? And I'll repeat them. They are, what is the purpose? What's the structure? What is true in part and why it's true, in whole or in part? So which part of the books are good? And then number 4 is, what are you going to do about it? So that's what I'm asking you. What are you going to do with this? You going to do anything? If you're going to do nothing, that's fine with me. If that's going to be your answer all the time, though, I'm just going to ingest this, look at it, and it's going to like eye candy. I'm good now. Then continue to expect to continue to get the same results you're getting now. If you're not happy with them, you've got to change something. If you're not willing to change something, then you're out of luck. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful February 16th, and hope you enjoyed episode 154 of the Smart Business Show.